Individuality, the trademark of any artist, designer, or architect. Each desires a uniqueness to their creation, a quality that separates it from any other. Man naturally has this individuality, his fingerprint. 0.5 billion people on the face of the earth, and no two fingerprints are the same. Everything we touch or make contact with is branded with a small expressed image revealing to all who see it who was there. Around 1200 AD, a man named Leonard Pisano, better known as Fibonacci, discovered a sequence of numbers that created a very interesting pattern. The sequence begins with the numbers 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and continues indefinitely. Each number is obtained by adding the last two digits together. A rectangle with a length and width of any two of the numbers of this sequence forms what is known as the golden rectangle, a perfect rectangle. A golden rectangle can be broken down into squares the size of the next Fibonacci numbers down and below. If we were to take a perfect or golden rectangle, break it down into smaller squares based on Fibonacci's sequence, and divide each with an arc, the patterns begin to take shape. We begin to see Fibonacci's spiral. The spiral in and of itself is insignificant. Its importance is revealed in where we find it. Take, for example, the sunflower. The display of its florets are in perfect spirals of 55, 34, and 21, the sequence of Fibonacci. The fruitlets of the pineapple create the same spiral based on the sequence. The pine cone does the same. As currents move through the ocean and the tide rolls onto the shore, the waves that bring in the tide curve into a spiral that can be mathematically diagrammed onto a plot at the points 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and 55. Buds, trees, sand dollars, starfish, petals on flowers, and especially the nautilus shell are formed with this blueprint. With each segment of growth, the nautilus adds to itself one more value on Fibonacci. This blueprint can be seen around us on a small scale every day, but the greatest example of all is directly our head. At an average of 100,000 light years, even the spiral galaxies above us are formed with the exact design that the time. This sequence, or blueprint, appears to be the trademark of a designer, a proof of a creator, something left behind indicating the one, a fingerprint. We scan our universe from the tiny flower to the awe-inspiring galaxy. We see the fingerprint of God.
You know, Mother Nature has all kinds of mathematical languages that when we understand physical phenomena, we find that there's some sort of mathematical underpinning to whatever the phenomenon is.
Like the Fibonacci sequence.
That's what you find in nature? Like the face of a sunflower?
Or the spiral.
You see this math?
End up in a universe like that.
Should the world behave according to mathematical laws?
And it turns out, in fact, all of our senses appear to rely on sort of Fourier transforms, that they all seem to use the same mathematics. So again, here's evidence that the brain uses mathematics to decipher the sensory world as they're involved in the hologram, which is, as I say, not proof, but compelling evidence that something is going on.
Not only that it becomes easier to describe mathematics, as you go deeper and deeper into reality, mathematics becomes the only way to describe reality.
There's a conspiracy to hide this information that DNA is a Fibonacci, is an exemplification of this number called, or the ratio sequence called the golden ratio. The ratio that proves the existence of intelligent design, or the reality of intelligent design of the cosmos. I mean, if you go to the golden ratio site for Wikipedia on the same. They don't mention any of this stuff in nature that we're going to talk about here, that we talked about on the show 2 days ago, and that we're talking about. They talk about how it's found in architecture and math and all this kind of stuff. They don't discuss it how it's found of the human arm. Why not? It's just, I mean, well, I think I'm making, that's the point. I think that just made sense to me, thinking this through as I get to you. It has a conspiracy. How could this be overlooked, and how could it can't be, there has to be somehow that big money push their influence. And they've had a drive to keep this covered or something. These can't be coincidences. And since they're doing that with everything else, it has to be that to keep this stifled. I mean, why isn't, and here's another piece to add to this. Why isn't this in our education? We learn all this geometry, P-brain stuff, when you take geometry, and they don't teach you about any of the golden ratio everywhere in nature. I went through elementary school, high school, college, undergrad degree in college, degree, and halfway through PhD, and never was this any of this. And we know who controls the universities, big money behind it, all the way up to Illuminati Nephilim controllers. So this can't be. This is planned. Okay. You just wonder. It's got to. I'm almost concluding here in my mind. This David's college site showing up on Google, all the first page, and Wikipedia having the strange measurements which don't correlate with all kinds of these from academic sites I'm finding. I'm all pictures of the screenshot newsletter. It's got to be a conspiracy. I mean, we could keep going compiling the evidence. It would just all lead to it, though. And if we could keep compiling evidence of it being a conspiracy, I mean, everything points towards it. I'm just throwing ideas off the top of my head. These strange sites show up at the top. Wikipedia is covered up completely, and the best-selling books about the golden ratio, which come from wealthy university professors. It's the university education, government-controlled education, absolutely covers it up. You see how, I mean, everything's falling in the same direction. So when everything, all these conclusions point in the same direction, that it's covered up and hidden.
The geometry, the structure of nature, is the basis of what geometry. And fractal geometry, not the one in school. The geometry we did learn in school, called Euclidean geometry, you can't model nature with it. It's all triangles, cones, cubes, and spheres, what nature really looks like. But when we were 5 years old, in kindergarten, we made a tree. We made a Euclidean tree. We had like a cylinder for the trunk and a ball for the top. But obviously that's not nature-like. That geometry is not the nature geometry. We now recognize this new geometry that really came into our world in 1983 with the work of Benoit Mandelbrot from IBM, called fractal geometry. Different version of geometry, and it's very exciting. But here's the fundamental key characteristic of this geometry. Built to the nature of the mathematics is reality, that images of the structure repeat themselves in a very self-aware fashion at any the organization that you're talking about. So if you want to talk about cells or people or civilizations, all built on the same geometry. But the key for most people to understand is that this geometry, ancient mystical understanding. There was a phrase that people are familiar with, so below. Well, in this new geometry, that becomes mathematical scientific as a reality.
Every atom is a meaningful, that it has density, that it has infinite, that everything has polarity at its center. The vacuum energy, the structure of the vacuum itself, interlinks or entangles all protons. The proton being the nucleus of an atom, that all the nuclei of atoms are entangled because of the structure of the vacuum. That the structure, that the vacuum is not a passive vacuum, but an active vacuum that has a role to play in the creation of our material world, but as well is the structure that connects all things. So actually, this is a mathematical rendering of the concept everything is one, so that it actually is mathematically proven.
That's why I can study the nature of a cell and understand the nature of a human, because a human is a fractal image of a cell. We're made out of cells. We're just a large version of a cell. And so that a human body turns out not to be a one thing as we see it in the mirror, but when we really understand, if you could see it with microscopic eyes so you could see what it looked like, you recognize that a human body is a community of upwards to 50 trillion cells. Every cell is essentially a miniature human, because virtually every cell has every function that I have in my body. It's already present. As a matter of fact, any function that I do with my body is only because a cell can do that function, because I'm made out of cells.
Oh, I think that the world of physics and the world in general is transforming, and that there's an opening that's occurring. And certainly in physics, there's a level of arrogance that's slowly fading away. Not so long ago, when I started in bringing my work to the physics community, some 15 to 20 years ago, the tendency was to think we've got the universe pretty well all figured, and all we need is a few little things to work out, and then we have it. And so there was a lot of arrogance in the way physicists were interacting with new ideas and so on. And so it was extremely difficult to be heard. But since then, a lot of failures in our theories have come forward. A lot of experiments in laboratory and data from cosmological instruments and so on have shown us that there's anomalies that we cannot explain with the standard model, and all sorts of things are coming up. And so, a certain level of failure of string theory and so on. And I think that it's changed the world of physics.
The same responses of cells to their world are exactly the same kind of behavioral responses that we have in our own world, in the world, the way we live, so that it becomes understandable. This is why, for example, why we work on cells in biology, because if we get an understanding of the nature of the cells, we can apply that information directly to the nature of human biology, so that we extend this work. So in looking at nature as fractal and recognizing that the cell is the unit of the human body, that the human body is actually built in the image of that cell. Then we start to recognize inside right now are 50 trillion citizens. They're each is its own sentient being. When I was cells, I take them out of a person's body, put them in a corner, they have their own life. They didn't need us.
It helps to get other physicists to look at it, to get some credibility in the physics I'm writing, and to make people aware that we're not living in a finite world, that the atomic structure itself has this infinite potential within it, that when people are talking philosophically or spiritually about their infinite nature and all this stuff, it doesn't have to be outside the physical world. That actual physical world is what they're talking about. That philosophy and spirituality divorced from atomic structure. That atomic structure is actually a manifestation of this dynamic that we might call consciousness or spirituality and so
on. Amazing.
Past few months, I've figured out that the more we study Rorschach-based mathematics, ratio, geometry, Fibonacci sequence, the more we believe that there's a creator. And because of that, I think there's a high possibility that we might be living in a computer simulation. Scientists for a long time have used mathematics to describe the physical properties of the universe. But what if the universe itself is math? That's what cosmologist Max Tegmark believes. Dr. Max Tegmark is a Swedish-American physicist, cosmologist, and professor at MIT. He is the author of Our Mathematical Universe and Life 3.0. In Tegmark's view, everything in the universe, humans included, is part of a mathematical structure. All matter is made up of particles, which have properties such as charge and spin, but he says that these properties are purely mathematical. And space itself also has properties such as dimensions, but it's ultimately a mathematical structure. In our previous video regarding vortex math, we stated that the numbers 3, 6, and 9 are the highest energy that govern the universe. It's a mathematical pattern that keeps the world in order. And now, let's find out where we can see those numbers in our own reality of life and existence. Let's begin with frequencies. Frequency is the number of occurrences of a repeating event per unit of time. It is also referred to as temporal frequency, which emphasizes the contrast to spatial frequency and angular frequency. We've done a lot of research about this, and we found out that the powerful frequencies that raise your vibration are 432 Hz and 528 Hz. A scientific study showed that 432 Hz reduces anxiety, lowers blood pressure and heart rate. It encourages synchronicity between both hemispheres of the brain, increasing creativity, insight, and intuition. 528 Hz, sometimes called the DNA repair frequency, is the bioenergy of health and longevity. It is the harmonic vibration that lifts the heart. This frequency is the miracle note of the original solfeggio musical scale. 432 Hz and 508 Hz are fundamental to sacred geometry and vortex maths. 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. 7 plus 2 is equal to 9. 5 plus 2 is 7. Plus 8 is equal to 15. Then plus 1 plus 5 is 6. Way back in the 11th century, a monk named Guido di Piero introduced a musical scale that we now know as the solfeggio frequencies. As you can see, if we add those numbers, they all reduce back to 3, 6, and 9. The ancient solfeggio scale, known as just intonation, is best recognized for its use in the soothing Gregorian chants, considered by many musicologists and scientists to have a positive effect on the mind and body. Let's find more evidence as to why Nikola Tesla said that 3, 6, and 9 are the keys to a universe. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a comment below. Please hit the like button and subscribe. We're looking forward to seeing you in our next video.
Started to deserve this. Leading on my conscience a wall. Blood is like wine, unconscious all the time. If I had it all again, I'd change it all. Got a machine head, it's better than the rest. Green to red, machine ahead. Got a machine head, it's better than the rest. Green to red, yeah. I walk for my machine. I walk for my machine. For my machine. I walk for my
Spectrum Business is made to work the way small works. Made to
The web of life. Let me try from the first to indicate the point that we're aiming at. The point is this, that human consciousness is at the same time as being a form of awareness and sensitivity and understanding. It's also a form of ignorance. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. And because of this, it leaves out things that are terribly important. It leaves out things that would, if we did know them, allay our anxieties and fears and horrors. And if we could extend our awareness, you see, to include those things that we leave out, we would have a deep interior peace. Because we would all know the one thing that you mustn't know. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more, according to the rules of our particular social game. One thing you mustn't know, that's really not allowed, that is the lowdown on life. And then the lowdown, on the one hand, means the real dirt on things. But the lowdown is also what is profound, what is mysterious, what is in the depths. And there's something left out. And our everyday consciousness screens this out in the same way that when you say you have weaving, you have, say, on this rug here in front of us, when the black finishes here, the black threads will go underneath and then appear again over here, then they'll go underneath the white, and then they'll appear again over here, so that the back will be the obverse pattern of the front. Now, the world is like that. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more. Our sense organs are selective. They pick out certain things. They're receptive. For example, we have a small band, what you might call a spectrum of light, of sound, of tactile sensation, and so on, to which the human organism is sensitive. But we know that outside that small band, there is a huge range of vibrations to which we build instruments that are sensitive. Things like cosmic rays, ultraviolet rays, gamma rays, hard X-rays, and so on. They're all outside the band of our spectrum. And obviously, there are that are outside the range of our instruments. We may build new instruments someday which evoke, bring into our consciousness other orders of vibration altogether, but yet, as yet, we don't know about. So you could imagine, you see, the universe is a vast system of vibrations and has infinite possibilities. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we leaves out.
machine! Fire!
Thank you. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. My music hits me so hard, makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me. What am I to rhyme and do hype? It feels good when you know you're down. A super dope homeboy from the Oak Town, and I'm known as such. And this is a beat you can't touch. I told you, homeboy, you can't touch this. Yeah, that's how we living, and you know you can't touch this. Look in my eyes, man, you can't touch this. Yo, let me bust the funky lyrics. Fresh new kicks and pants. You got it like that. Now you know you wanna dance. So move out of your seat and get a fire girl and catch this beat while it's rolling. Hold on, pump a little bit and let them know what's going on like that. Like that. Pull a little bitches and fall on back. Let them know that you're too much. And this is a beat they can't touch. Yo, I told you, you can't touch this. Why you standing there, man? You can't touch this. Yo, sound the bell. School is in, sucker. You can't touch this. Give me a song or rhythm, making them sweat. That's what I'm giving them now. They know. You talk about the hammer, you're talking about a show that's hot and tight. Singles are sweating so fast, them a whiteboard tape. To learn what's it gonna take in the 90s to burn the charts. Legit. Either work hard or you might as well quit. That's word because you know you can't touch this. You can't touch this. Break it down. Stop. Hammer time. Go with the flow. It is said if you can't do this, then you probably are dead. So wave your hands in the air. Bust a few moves. Run your fingers through your hair. This is it. For a winner, dance to this, and you're gonna get there. The move. Slide your up. Just for a minute, let's all do the bump. Bump. Yeah. You can't touch this. Look, man. You can't touch this. You better get hype, boy, because you know you can't touch this. Ring the bell. School's in. Break it down. Stop. Hammer time. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. Break it down. Stop. Every time you see me, got hair so hype. I'm dope for and I'm magic hype. Now why would I stop doing this with others making records that just don't hit? I tour around the world from London to the Bay. It's hammer, go hammer, empty hammer, yo hammer, and the rest can go and play. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. You can't touch this. Yeah. You can't touch this. I told you. Can't touch this. I can't touch this. Yeah, we out of here. Can't touch this.
Hi, can I bring my friend to work?
Hi, Mandy. Right? Mandy, today's another example of how community doesn't actually give a fuck about anything other than themselves. Isn't that right? Mandy's concerned with Mandy. That doesn't help Draco, does it? And fans always want your time. They always want to steal your life force energy. But they never want to fucking give you anything for it, do they? Right? Just an argument, just a fight, just a debate. And who's paying the bills at the end of the day? Not Mandy. Who's paying for my sweat equity? Not Mandy. Who's feeding my children? Not Mandy. Not anybody. Nobody. And because of that kind of shit, no respect, no respect, no respect, no support, no respect. You don't respect men, and you don't respect their fucking labor. And their children suffer because of your fucking mouth. Right? Let's get it right now. Women think they rule men. And boy, as soon as I told my mother to stop being a parasitic whore, it was amazing. It was amazing. Personal battles? Personal battles. No, Mandy. It's a societal battle. I didn't vote for the law changes. I didn't participate in your fucking sin. Your law changes, which are unconstitutional, caused my son to be snatched from my fucking home, while the community sits and fucking stares. So fuck you. I hope you get treated like a goddamn floor mat too. What are you going to do? Nothing. That's what you're going to do. Everyone listening, that's what you're going to do. Nothing. It's very amazing. Look at the reactions. Silence. What did they say? Nothing. How many people shared the feed? Fucking nobody. Are anybody of you going to say thank you? No. You're pieces of shit. I'm supposed to respect you. I don't fucking think so. I used to be nice. Now I ain't so nice. Because I know the apathetic state and the apostate state that we're living in. Apathetic, apostate state. A godless fucking state controlled, ran around by the police state. And that's fucking my fault? No. Fuck you. Yeah, well, none of you said a fucking thing. So you're all guilty. You're child snatching motherfuckers. Sit silent. Say nothing. Do nothing. And pretend to be good. Wow, you call me evil. Fine. I'll be your fucking devil. The good news is you're already in hell. The bad news is you ain't getting out of here without me. And the irony is you motherfuckers would rather kill yourselves than work with me. And you'll still say I'm the fucking problem. Your education's the goddamn problem. I was homeschooled, and you motherfuckers have never respected me for it, including you. Oh, really? Where am I supposed to go, Mandy? Public square? I wound up in a mental institution. Remember, my parents already think I'm crazy. And the only reason why I'm in this chair is because I've had 3 NDEs and I'm still alive to talk about it. And you motherfuckers have been trying to kill me since fucking day 1. So I'll worry about respecting you when you fucking respect me. But you don't respect poor people. You don't respect pedestrians. None of you do. That's why you're all fucking silent. Silent subjugation. You got subjugated by the subject matter. Confused by it. In the land of confusion. Subjugated by the Fool King. I just told you what the fuck you're going through while you're going through it.
If they're not silent, they can't be trusted.
And if they're silent, they can't be trusted. They're not my friends. They're my enemies.
But to the professional world, if they're not silent, they can't be trusted.
Right.
So how does this work out considering how the people
It causes a deadlock.
Well, no. How does this work out considering how the people that are the poorest have the most weapons?
We have the most intelligence.
If you can't be trusted because you're not silent, but you're poor.
I realized it was backwards because of the licenses. Licenses cause silence. Licenses are the problem. Licensing, giving permission to fucking lie. Instead of telling people to fuck off how you about to push and drive, you're ridiculous, Mandy. You know as well as I do, everything I do gets erased. I don't even know why you're saying the bullshit you're saying. You people make me fucking sick. That's what I've learned from 25 years of teaching. You can't teach anybody a fucking thing. They don't want to pay for it and they ain't fucking listening. Are ya? Nope. Call me batshit crazy. Last thing you're gonna do is respect my fucking house. Why the fuck should I respect yours? And you have the attitude that you have because of your fucking schools. You think the way you think because of your education. I was homeschooled, and you're going to sit here and disrespect me day in and day out for 25 fucking years. You think I fucking had enough? Done trying to get people to listen. Don't care if they respect me. Don't care if you like me. I actually prefer it if you fucking hate me. Makes my life easier.
Only the honest and only the honest and innocent who's gonna want to talk to you.
And the guilty are the ones that won't open their fucking mouths.
Every time.
Mm.
Every fucking time.
99 out of 100 people won't be able to open their fucking mouths because of what I'm saying.
Every time.
Every goddamn time. And it's a science to comprehend the words coming out of my mouth. Neuroscience, neuropsychology, parapsychology, reverse psychology. I'll sit here and pretend to be a dumb fucking right at these smart fucks to say some fucking most astounding things and confuse the shit out of them for personal entertainment.
They can't speak honest.
No. They're liars.
Through and through.
Through and through because of their school. And they're swearing to lie.
That's the only thing that fits all this, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. And now they can't speak. So what about political science and debating and running for president? Join me. My side, his side, my side. No. Silence to me is consent to me. They can't even argue. There is no debate. It's a
And if it doesn't
dictation.
change at the top, it's not going to change.
It's tyrannical. I'm tyrannical.
It has to change at the top first, doesn't it?
Right. You can't change from the bottom up. You're only as good as the fucking people writing the laws.
There's no way I trust Trump.
No way I trust Trump either. I don't trust any of these fucking ass clowns.
The truth. I know why he called it.
That's why they sit silent. They don't say nothing. They don't
won't.
participate. They don't share. They don't care. See no evil. Hear no evil. And they think they're fucking good and they want me to worry about their feelings because they're my biggest fans.
They climb up the ladder on the faces of those that can convince people that they're on their side, huh?
Right. Everybody on your fucking side.
Exactly what they did. Guilty him.
Ain't nobody on the damn side. Who the sexist racist?
Yeah, but they fucked up the entire fucking.
Oh, I know. It's funny as shit to me.
Well, I mean, it'd be funny if they were exposed for what they've done.
Right?
No shit. I can't see it any other way because if that weren't the case, then I would have been contacted. Yeah.
Right.
Instead, they put me with Angela. Fucking fucked. They're just taking time away.
Oh, they don't listen to nothing.
Just eating time.
They're not willing to. No. That's the
And you know I've tested.
that's the mind blowing. They're not capable. Goes against their hardwiring. That's the they're not capable of truth. They're not capable.
This. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
You're not capable of telling the truth. Violate your religion.
So hard makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me. What am I to run and do hype? It feels good when you know you're down. A super dope homeboy from the Oak Town, and I'm known as such. And this is the you can't touch it. I told you, homeboy, you can't touch this. Yeah, that's how we living, and you know you can't touch this. Look in my eyes, man, you can't touch this. Yo, let me bust the funky lyrics. Fresh new beats and bands, you got it like that. Now you know you wanna dance, so move out of your seat and get a fire girl and catch this beat while it's rolling. Hold on, pump a little bit and let them know it's going on like that, like that. Hold on a minute, just fall on back, let them know that you're too much, and this is a beat they can't touch. Yo, I told you, you can't touch this. Why you standing there, man? You can't touch this. Yo, sound the bell. School is in, sucker. You can't touch this. Give me a song, a rhythm, making them sweat. That's what I'm giving them now. They know. You talk about the hammer, you talking about a show that's hot and tight. Singles are sweating so fast, I'm a whiteboard tape. To burn. What's it gonna take in the 90s to burn the charts? Legit. Either work hard or you might as well quit. That's word. You can't touch this. Break it down. Stop. Hammer time. Go with the flow. It is said if you can't prove this, then you probably are dead. So wave your hands in the air. Bust a few moves. Run your fingers through your hair. For a winner, dare to miss when you move, slide, yo up. Just for a minute, let's all do the bump. Yeah. Touch this. Look, you can't touch this. You better get that. No, you can't touch this. Bring schools back in. Break it down. Stop. Have a time. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. Break it down. Stop. Every time you see the hammer's just so hype. I'm dope on the floor and I'm magic on the mic. Now, would I ever stop doing this with a record that just don't hit? I tour around the world from London to the Bay. It's hammer, go, hammer, empty hammer, yo, hammer, and the rest can go in play. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. Can't touch this. You can't touch this. Come in.
Anything? You're only as good as your actions. Words dictate terms to your actions. Your actions dictate action, or your fashion. The action dictate and be specific to the reaction, and you're controlling all the action. Meaning, I'm controlling you right now. You're not. It's why you're silent. It's why you're silent. Your silence, your confession. That's all a professional's good for. Fucking silence. And the occasional thumb that you shove up my bum. Amazing, right? It's like shit. I'm actually be able to think for myself and not offend people. It's amazing. You know? It's like I recognized there was this color code to reality, and then I recognized how public officials are operating under the color of law. And then when you express yourself colorfully, the black and white perspective is shattered, destroyed. They can't react colorfully. They can't confess. They can't speak truthfully. They're dumb dogs, DD, devils and deviants. And this is war. Did I do it yet? Amazing. Amazing, Mandy. It truly is amazing. I expected more from you, Mandy. But you gave less. I expected more from you. Yeah, well, I expected more from you too. Like $1. One. But you couldn't do that. It wasn't about $10. No. It's about $1. A vote of confidence. But you don't vote confidently. Nobody in this audience does. And yet, every day you vote with your daughter. And every day, Mandy, you devalue me. Every day you nitpick me while children are being trafficked, while my son was stolen at the cost of my daughters. I expected more from you, Mandy. I can't even stand up that long, Mandy. You don't care about my medical situation. You don't care about my health care, welfare. Not one of you does. That's why no one's in here. Yesterday's stream got 112 views. 5 hours of work. That's almost a whole entire day. Not even a thank you. Quiet as a mouse. No one had a fucking thing to say. And that's perpetually the same every goddamn day for the last quarter century, Mandy. People like you thinking that you're fucking worth more than me. People like you devaluing me. People like you thinking I'm a fucking floor mat for you to walk on. I expected more from your mouth, Mandy. You don't respect me. I don't respect you. At least I'm honest about it. Accountability? Don't you know, Mandy, fools are not liable for anything they say. You can't prosecute a fool. I'm not liable for nothing, and yet you want to blame me for all the shit. Isn't that cute? You want to know why you do that? So you don't have to take account for your own actions. Point a finger outwardly, not inwardly. That's the last thing you're going to do. You'd rather blame me than aid in any way, shape, or fucking form. You'd rather insult than respect. I'll treat you the fucking same way you treat me. Isn't that cool? I learned very well, didn't I? I know you don't care what I think because you're a masculine female. You think you're the man. So I don't care what you think. But at least we understand each other. Oh, I would love to have my son, Mandy, but I was barred from the hospital. How do you propose I do that? I'm one person against 20 fucking demagogues. Communist tyrants who think they are God over my existence. Can't even get in the hospital to get my son. And the irony here, Mandy, your mouthpiece again. Doesn't solve anything. Didn't change anything. Nothing. No, Mandy. I'm not responsible for your fucking mouth. You are. I'm not responsible for Monica Cruz's mouth. Monica Cruz is responsible for Monica Cruz. See, that's the problem with you fucking females. You don't like taking responsibility for your mouth. And it's what gets you in all the trouble. Only 15 fathers out of 100 have access to their children. And that's because of females. Marrying money, marrying the welfare system, marrying the government. You don't respect men. You marry them for tax incentives. You breed with them for earned income credit. Erica didn't do that. But Monica Cruz thinks Erica is a sex worker and I'm a pimp and Erica's a prostitute. And that's the charge that Monica made. I'm not responsible for Monica's mouthpiece. Monica's mouthpiece cost me my son. Monica did that. I didn't do that. And you blaming me for the problem makes you the fucking problem. I didn't do that. You did it. You protecting child traffickers, pedophiles, you defending the standing order makes you the fucking problem. I'm not the problem. I didn't go to your schools. I'm not the problem. Not a part to your fucking religion. You think your religion is my religion. That's where you're sadly mistaken. There's 4,201 religions in this world. I wrote one more. I don't follow religion because I wrote my own religion in the age of Horus. The age of deception. Truth is lie, lie is truth. That's what professionals do best. Fucking lie to your face for a profit. Call the truth lie and present the lie as truth. That's what you do best. You call the positive negative. You call the negative positive. Call the good people bad and the bad people you worship as God. Oh, really? Really, Mandy? You're offended that one person's going to try to force you to fucking move when many persons are trying to force this one nigger to move. I am many against one, one against many. I'm not moving for you. Will not be moved by you. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you fucking do. I have you to thank for my new perspective on reality. It's women that got me here. Wasn't men. Women are liars. They work for the church. They work for the state. They work for government. And they came out of welfare camps and they came from broken families and illiterate fucking families. And then they go to college at state schools and they think they're intellectually fucking superior because of the propaganda that they read in community college, CC. And they don't comprehend no carbon copy, CC. No respect for Christ-conscious content creators, CC. You don't respect living men. You respect bank accounts and degrees. There's the problem. There is no country. There's no respect in this country. There's only death. Death. It's good for business, war. Religion causes war. And after the war over the religion, you wind up in the hospital and you'll suffer medical malpractice. 3 leading causes for death: war, religion, and medical malpractice. And the media is going to lie about it the whole time. Misinform, disinform. And you can't tell the difference between misinformation and deliberate disinformation. No. It's wild. There's not one iota of truth in Western education. Freely they taxed you for the lie, and secretly they sold you the truth. How moral. Right? How ethical is that? How Christian of you. I realize the more money you make, the bigger the liar you are. I sit here to prove it as a science experiment. So I don't care about your fucking emotions. The more money you make, the bigger the fucking liar you are. But you only respect people with large bank accounts. It's amazing. So that makes you fucking liars for believing liars. Oh my gosh. Wild. I was supposed to what? Worry about your feelings? Seems pretty ridiculous to me. I used to. Then I realized it was a waste of time. Time. It's a commodity that most people don't have time for. It's wild. Right? It's fucking entertainment, isn't it? This is goddamn entertainment, motherfucker! Are you happy to see me? No, you ain't happy to see me. Hey, Mandy, another question your fucking cunt ass won't answer, right? What gave Monica Cruz the right to prosecute me and be my judge, jury, and executioner without habeas corpus, bypassing due process? No state official was ever in my home. No one from social services. ever came to inspect my house. Everybody operates under assumption or opinion. It was Monica's opinion that I was an unfit fodder because I have long hair and a beard. And my clothes were disheveled from sleeping in a fucking chair all night. So what gave Monica the fucking right to even establish a fucking charge? Because she a bootjack thug? A Nazi? Communist cunt? Is that why? She had no lawful grounds being prosecuted for that cunt's fucking opinion of me. I want to know how that's a fucking legal or lawful maneuver. And nobody has a fucking thing to say. They'd rather blame me. And my fucking son Draco suffers because of your mouth. And I'm supposed to respect you? I'm the voice for the voiceless. I don't respect you. You don't respect me, and I'm quite all right with it. Ain't nothing gonna change. I was kicked to the curb at 15. Left for dead, motherfucker. I owe nothing. You're very angry I'm still alive. Get fucked. Get fucked. You tried to kill me my whole life. Fuck you. What's your thumb do for my son? Nothing. Nothing. These pro bono fucking free lawyers throw you under the bus for a profit. Why the fuck would I want? And I'm not even allowed in the courthouse. Barred from entry by security because I refuse to fucking meet those goddamn COVID mandates. You always got excuses for your fucking mouth. There ain't a goddamn excuse for you. Excuseless. Fucking useless.
We have an obligation to off from the rest of society. They are in jail. They are in jail. They are in jail. They are in jail. Away from my mother, your husband, our families. So I don't want to ask what made them do this.
What can you count on these people to do when it regards collective issues?
They must be
Nothing.
taken off the street. They must be taken off the street. They must be taken
This is the end of the social contract.
Be taken off
No
the
one
street.
wants to agree to anything. Come to terms.
If you have a
Resolve.
piece of
Not possible.
crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand,
Not possible.
$1/4 of $1. We passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation.